Chapter 2. Discovering Madagascar. Charlotte stepped off the aeroplane into another world. Madagascar was the furthest thing she could have imagined from Mama Carol, or indeed the boutique in Paris. Charlotte could feel the hot air touching her face and the unfamiliar smell of flowers and spices filling the air. Madagascar is an island nestled in the Indian Ocean at the tip of West Africa, which is as large as Benelux. Charlotte stood in front of the airport at Antananarivo, the country's capital city, feeling very shy and awkward. Her luggage had mysteriously disappeared in Brussels, so she had little to cover her modesty with, except a very pretty piece of fabric, which the stewardess on the aeroplane had given her. Luckily for Charlotte, a portly teddy bear bumped straight into her. It was none other than Burlington Bear. "You must be Charlotte. How do you do? I am Burlington. I'm afraid I had a little nap on the aeroplane and spilt cold Earl Grey tea all over myself, so I had to take my soggy clothes off, and the captain gave me this rather fetching loincloth. I think I look like a Greek god. What do you think?" Looking at Charlotte, also swathed in a piece of fabric, Burlington said, "Do not tell me the same thing happened to you." Charlotte tried not to laugh, but explained all about her adventures so far, and knew from the very beginning they were going to be great friends. "Let's go to meet the Queen of Smocks," they both said. Burlington clutched the map of where they were going, but Charlotte secretly took charge, as she could tell Burlington was holding the map upside down. Burlington really wanted to take a black London taxi, but there did not seem to be any, so he'd have to go by paw instead. Charlotte and Burlington started walking down a remote, palm-fringed road away from the airport, when Burlington screeched with delight. He had spotted the strangest creature. Said the lemur in Malagasy, which is the name of the language spoken in Madagascar. Charlotte said hello back. Burlington thought this was going to be a tricky conversation if he did not speak Malagasy, but the lemur smiled sweetly and pointed towards the sign. "Oh, Burlington, I think he is going to show us the way to the Charlotte C. Dimby atelier." Burlington could not wait to arrive. He was happy he knew that an atelier is a place where clothes are designed and made. On they walked until Charlotte spotted a very unusual tree. "Look," said Charlotte, "a ravenala. It is one of the island's symbols. It looks a bit like a palm tree. It is also called the traveller's tree because rainwater accumulates in the cavities at the base of its leaves. However, do not try drinking it, Burlington, or you will get very ill. It is only a myth, and in reality, it attracts bugs, and the water is murky and smelly," warned Charlotte. Burlington had no intention of trying the water and would definitely be sticking to Earl Grey tea. The tree also acts as a compass. "The leaves follow the sun's movement from east to west," explained Charlotte proudly. The lemur was joyfully playing by yet another emblem of Madagascar, the poinsettia. At first, Charlotte and Burlington mistook it for a Christmas decoration. It had red and green foliage, but the colours have a much more symbolic meaning than that of traditional decorations. Firstly, the colours are those of the Madagascan flag. Red represents the country's sovereignty, and green is a symbol of hope. Another explanation to Madagascar's fondness for the flower, which is actually a plant since it has no petals, is linked to the shape of its leaves. When folded in half, it looks just like Madagascar. Charlotte and Burlington walked slowly to admire the beauty of the island until they eventually arrived at the atelier. The garden was filled with the prettiest flowers in the most alluring colours. Charlotte and Burlington felt they had stepped into an enchanted dreamland. "No wonder nature has inspired so many artists since the dawn of time," explained Charlotte. The lemur presented Charlotte with a goodbye gift, a garland of flowers for her hair, which sat so prettily on her head. He waved goodbye to them both, and in the blink of an eye he was gone, and left them in their new-found paradise. The best was yet to come, the visit to the atelier, but for now they stared and stared at their new surroundings. Flowers are a proud assertion that a ray of beauty outvalues all the utilities of the world, said Ralph Waldo Emerson.